Hello everyone, Pockets here, back and playing some more EVE Online, once again looking at the Rattlesnake for emerging conduits. I've shook up the fit a bit based on some discussions down in the Discord as well, but down in the YouTube comments, as well as reached out to me on Discord with some ideas. So we're going to try it again with a more typical passive fit. Now it's not the same like full back to what I was running because we do need webs on this thing to be able to hit the frigates well. So let's take a look at the fit, and we're going to go try it out. I haven't tried this yet. I'm going to try it live because that's what I do. So 5 rapid heavy missile launches in the high. Right now we're going to use Caldari Navy Infernal heavy missiles. I've decided to go that route. I know it means that we don't necessarily need the T2 launchers, but I already had them. And I'm going to go with the Caldari missiles because they kind of right in the middle between the Precision and the Fury. They do slightly better application than the Furies, but slightly better damage than the Precision. So it's kind of where I'm going to go with it, just to make it easy. Because they're rapid heavies, we don't want to be switching ammo. It is the Halloween event right now, so I'm not going to be using an MTU. I mean, we may still get someone coming to try to gank us or whatever, but lots of people doing the MTU baiting, where they shoot your MTU and hope that you'll try to engage them to save it. So I'm just going to ignore that hassle for this video. So I've thrown a tractor unit on here so we can tractor in the loot cans and loot them. But otherwise, it's a pretty cheap fit. I mean, 800 million. Some of this you don't even need. I just happened to throw on some bling that I already had laying around. But we'll talk about those as we go. So yeah, 5 rapid heavy missile launcher 2s with Inferno Navy. Caldari Navy Inferno missiles. Inferno over explosion because the Rattlesnake is bonus to thermal and kinetic missiles. So I get a 50% bonus to thermal damage over the explosive, which should make up the difference, because it is the secondary damage type you want to be doing. Tractor unit, 2 faction navy webs. Now the reason I put the faction Federation navies on here is because we can overheat to reach out to the cruiser. We'll talk about that in a second. But 2 of them because we need to slow the frigates down enough that our drones can hit, because we are using heavy drones. 1 adaptive invulnerability field 2. So this is the only thing. These are the only things I'm really worried about getting neutered out on. If we get neutered out, our tank will still hold, and our missiles and our drones still work. So the only thing is we're going to lose this adaptive. But I threw it on there just to give us a little bit of buffer against the off damage types. And then I have a Pitham A-type explosive deflector field, 54%. Again, threw that on because I already had it. You'll see that they're actually a little bit mismatched, but I would like to put another A-type here. But the A-types are actually pretty expensive for some of them. This one's really cheap right now. I think it was like 6 million, and whereas this one's like 90 million if I go to the thermal A-type. So, but figured the explosive one, then the thermal. You can see our resists here. 2 large shield extenders, 2s. You could bling this out as well, but I don't think there's a need. I hope. On our previous fit, we had 6. Obviously, the stacking penalty really hurt that, and that has definitely been pointed out to me loud and clear, and I knew that. But that's again, the previous one was what was sent to me, so I tested it as it was. This is kind of my update to that fit. So back down to 3 shield power relays, which is pretty standard for a passive Rattlesnake, and 3 drone damage amplifiers. I decided to focus on the drone damage since we don't have to reload drones. So when the missiles are reloading, the drones can still do a lot of damage. Brings us up to 690, which depending on the drones we're running. That's with the ogres. So that's probably what we'll run against the cruiser. So we'll pull in our berserkers for at the end of the second wave and pull our ogres to hit that cruiser as fast as we can. But even then, we're going to use the Republic fleet over the berserkers for the most part. And while the berserker 2s do more DPS, they have slightly less tracking. You can see that their tracking is 9.4 and 259 DPS, and this is 8.85 and 275. And the reason is that these ones don't benefit from our specialization skill, and these do, so that's why the DPS is up. But the tracking is going to help us against the frigates. I have these along in case we don't seem to be hitting. I might do some tests later where I fly with the 2s to see if they're still hitting well. So we may switch between them wave to wave. And then, like I said, the ogre for the cruiser, for the Vedmak. So that's kind of the plan. Again, we're not going to use an MTU. I am going to bring some of these doses, the dose 1s, just to bolster our missile damage, because we are going to be applying, well, we should play okay, but even if we're playing a little poorly, this will give us another 3%, I think, is the small one. Yeah, 3% damage multiplier, so we'll pop one of those at the beginning of the 2 sites. Get in the habit of using those. The shield one won't benefit us because we're passive fit. And then the rigs are just, right now, they're large core defense field purger 2s, or 1s. You could easily up this to 2s for the extra tank, but they're like between 100 and 150 million a piece, so trying to keep it a little cheaper. Still under $1 billion, a lot of that is going to be the Rattlesnake itself. It should show us here. Yeah, like 600 million is just the Rattlesnake, so nothing too blingy. You can see the Pitham A-type is 10 mil. The Fed Navies are a little expensive, 30 million a piece, and so on down the line. So that's where most of the bling is, and hopefully it's not blingy enough to make it worth people to gank us. But, you know, it's spirit. So we're going to try it anyway. I'm not going to dock up for it. The one thing I did want to do, I noticed it while I was talking, is I want to flip these around a little bit, just for overheating purposes. So we're just going to go like this, make it easy on us. Pull one of these out. Actually, we'll do that one. And we'll just put our resist modules and these between them. There. That way when it overheats, because you generate heat on the unit that's overheating plus the ones next to it. And if it's on the ends, it actually counts as the end. So this buffers them enough that the heat will have to transfer less. So we'll end up damaging these a little bit, but if we do need to overheat the webs or the resist, we can. And that's really it. We could overheat missiles as well. I could put the tractor just to have a little, you know, but I'm not going to bother there because I probably won't. The missiles don't really matter. I could put the tractor unit in the middle. I'll split them into 2 groups, but it's all good. What are we doing? I think we're ready. So let's go find a site. I'll bring you back once we have a site. We're just going to get on grid and see if it's empty. If not, we're going to jump to our next door system, but there's one here, so it's quiet. So I did expand my local window here now just to keep an eye on it. Expecting to see roving gangs of catalysts flying around doing things, so I want to be ready. Keeping my D-scan up, so I can see that the site's already actually spawned, but there's no actual other ship in it. So it didn't actually already spawn. Interesting. Means there's a roaming gang. I don't know why it's so laggy today. This is so slow, this guy, but that's okay. We're gonna use our Navy Berserkers to start. And again, so we're watching for probes and things like that as well. And we're not gonna use an MTU just to not encourage people to come and, mess around. We can actually align out if we wanted to, so if it does look like trouble, we'll just align. So these, we're not too worried about all of this, but I'm just going to switch these around. Alright, here we go. First test. The new passive Rattlesnake. Yeah, we'll do it in that order. It's really the damage we want to worry about the most. And these ones do the damage that we're weaker against. Show info. So you can see they do across the board damage, so. Oh, good. We got our killing spree. So it's still 35% in the ones that we're not tanked against. So this should help killing them quickest. Because you can see like the harrowing, which is the other damage, is only thermal explosive, and it's higher in the thermal actually, so I need to actually flip my tank and be higher on the thermal side. You can see their explosive resist is lower by just a little bit. But because we get the 50% bonus with thermal missiles, should make up the difference. Okay. Now the biggest threats are done. Do we have any loot? No, yeah, we got this one. So we're just going to tractor it over so we can loot it. Keep an eye on local. And D-scan. See how the drones do just by themselves here. So these are the better tracking ones. So if they're going to struggle, everybody is. And they are struggling still, even with the double webs. That's nuts. They shouldn't be struggling that hard. Not at this speed. Okay. Oops, 3. Ah, my guns aren't on 1 right at the moment. So even though... that is crazy. That we got the dual webs and they're still struggling so hard. We'll reload during the last guy, just so that we're studying the next one with our missiles out. What's his rec look like? So I don't think for time this is going to be... Oh, I got friends helping. I don't know if he's helping, but... Oh, that's a nice easy one. Well, easy, he says. It's a light room, so that's good. Did he go? Yeah, he left. Okay. Alright. Definitely want to take out the Kikis because they're higher damage. Can I shoot some missiles at this guy? That'd be fantastically, fantastically wonderful. Can I? Nope. I moved them. They're F3 now. Alright, put them back because I keep doing that. I'll let the drones finish that one off. Our tank is holding. We definitely want to reload this during this guy. And then when he's dead, we're going to switch to the ogres shortly. Alright. Did we get a lootable wreck off that one? No. That one did. So it's a little different without the MTU, because you got to kind of watch the wrecks. But it's worth it, so I'm going to do it. And then as soon as he's dead, we got to recall that. Nope, nothing good there. Good. That was pretty well timed, I think. We need the Rasnaborgs and these 2 Starvings. Okay. This is going to be the tough one. Let's overheat these and get them out there. So we can reach out to 19. That'll help everything hit it. Kill it as fast as we possibly... No, drones. Why are you doing this? Go at this. Go. And then... The rest of these don't matter what order we kill them in. Okay. Watching our damage. I didn't bring my nano paste. I meant to bring nanite repair paste. Okay, so we can drop this. We don't need to do that no more. Tank is at about half. We're going to get the biggest DPS portion off the field here. And then we'll get the Starvings, but worst case... Yeah, that should do it. That wasn't too bad at all. We do want to target that Vedmak wreck, because that's the one that we definitely want. Looted. Okay, no more missiles. Okay, this one. So this works. This seems to work pretty good. I mean, we got to half, but we are now at a point. Hey, I want missiles at this guy, please. So you can see I was overheating the webs, and I got some damage in on this as well. Now, normally I carry nanite repair paste, but I forgot. And I didn't actually load this up either, but that's okay. Once these 2 are dead, this harrowing has to go. But the Starvings, that'll be good. Turn this off, we can loot that. I could have just looted all, but you know. Okay. Once this one's dead, we should be alright for the rest.
A module has run out of charges.
Missiles are reloading. But that's okay. We are stable at like 29%, so we're good here. Right, so that actually worked fairly good, I think. Even with the 20% damage, we can afford to overheat in the next the next pocket, and we will definitely check the timing. This is a lootable. I don't think we're going to get anything good off the non-named Rex, but this is a Rasnaborg, so it could have something. Let's get this renewing. We're going to conserve missiles at this point since we're not really about speed here. A lot more clicking doing it this way because I'm not just waiting for the MTU. And then looting it at the end. But, oh, we can recall these. Bring out our Navy Berserkers again. Oops. No. So again, it's probably not going to be as fast as my Drekavac. I think that thing is just a monster when it comes to these particular sites. Even just the cheaper triple rep one works very well. Hey, we want those. Any more Rex that are lootable? We'll tractor that one in. We'll loot this one. That's nothing. Alright. Call the drones. Recover some cap. Excellent. Oops, not Plex fault. You guys don't need to see that. There we go. So that's not bad. Stack all. 25 million in data thingies. Alright, everything's loaded. Now, if I had nanite repair pace, I'd repair these while we're waiting. Alright, we're going to try one more site straight after. We're going to see how long it takes. So we're doing alright on our tank as well. It's recharging pretty nicely. So as long as we keep that up, again, we can afford to web down the Vedmak again next one. That wasn't the toughest of rooms. It didn't have a lot of Rasnaborg Damaviks, but it did have the 2 Kikis. So, yeah. So you could also bring salvagers if you wanted to do full salvage, but with this ship, I think we're better off doing it this way. Come on. Just so I'm not called out for not mentioning it yet again, I typically believe these sites are best run with the full 3 pilots. So get a ship that works, but go with 2 friends. Yeah, you got to split the loot if that's what you're going to do, or whatever you have to figure out how to do the loot, but you get paid out 4.5 million per pilot up to 3. So I'm actually leaving about 9 million-esque per site on the table, not bringing a friend. Plus, with 3 people, you do the site a lot faster, so you can actually grind through them. So I may try for my next video, now that this is dead, probably next week's Thursday video, I'm going to try and organize it where I bring 2 of my Malevelon Roe friends out, and we do it as a team, and try that, and see just how different it is. I'll probably use either my Drekavac or my Ikitursa. I've been flying my Ikitursa, the same basic, copied the fit from the Drekavac. Very expensive, but since I already had the hull, it didn't really affect it. It used the same implants and everything, which was great. So that's been pretty fun. If you guys want to see the Ikitursa running it, let me know. We're going to have a little bit of cap issue here, but we may focus down the starving in this first wave, I think. Then again, though, it's really limited what our cap is actually used for. But yeah, we'll do this. Okay. Come on, drones, get out there. There we go. Okay, so we do have someone on grid here we'll have to watch. It's a Hurricane, probably. But there's an MTU out, so we'll see if they land on grid. We are going to align out. Should be fine. Just to be safe, if this is like a ganking Hurricane. Just keeping our eyes peeled. Hurricane's off grid. Gnosis isn't likely a ganking fit, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll just keep moving. Actually, I want to reload. We'll let the... So that's why you keep this stuff open. So you can see we saw the orange guy, saw a hurricane. Now we are aligned to this Rataru. If we need to warp out, we can. If we see like a large spike in people and catalysts on D-scan, in fact, let's up this up one. Just so we see what's happening. Missiles should be just done as this wave gets pulled out. So I wonder where they are. They must be like... Oh. Yeah. Okay, so we got to get that Rasnaborg deaded fast. Should be the first one up. But we want to make sure. Come on. And then the starving. Yep, that's perfect order. And then the renewing, and then the ghosting. Yep, that'll do it for us. Yes, I know I'm scrolling in and out a lot. I like to see my ship, but I'm also trying to watch my surroundings. Alright. I don't know. Don't worry about that ghosting guy. Get the ones that we need. He's going to die pretty quick. We'll probably just let the drones go after him once while we kill the renewing. We gotta get the starving off the table just to conserve it. But yeah, this is actually working quite a bit better than the previous fit, I think. So if you did want to use a Rattlesnake for these, this is a much better way to go. I figured it was going to be. It's very similar to my mission running, except I swapped out some of the tank for some webbing. When you're shooting battleships, you don't really need webs. So, okay. And reload, because we want to be ready for the Vedmak. Because that is the big one. Okay, let's Vexor, Gnosis. Yeah, that's not going to be too much problem. We're not worried about them. They may come for MTUs, but we don't have one of those. I don't want to drag... it doesn't matter, really. We can just keep aligned. Let them come at us. A little bit extra range never hurt. We're going to hit almost exact where we want it to be. Oh, we're going to bounce, aren't we? Eventually. No, we got some distance. And... wow. Only one Rasnaborg. That's good. We're going to have to overheat these, probably. Actually, we don't. Not yet. Can I stop overheating? And get my drones on this. I was spamming it. And we can start looking for loot, I suppose. Can I please get my... okay. Do we need to web it? I don't think we do. I think we're doing okay. We can tractor this in. Let's do it anyway. So we are taking a bit of heat here. This time. No. Okay. Go after this guy next, please. We don't need to overheat anymore. No, I wanted to stop overheating. And we want to grab that wreck. Where did he go? I don't see him. Oh, he didn't drop a wreck. That sucks. We'll just start wrapping these up. So there's the DPS off the field. Yeah, I know cap is going to be an issue. We got to get these starvings dead. Gnosis. Okay. I said stop. I don't want to hit those. Where's this one? Same direction, eh? Well, we'll just stop. We're not really threatened here. Get that starving off the field quickly. We're still at our just about stable, so... and then we'll get this guy. But our tank is now going to hold, so I'm not too worried even if this drops, because it's really just for the EM kinetic, and most of these don't do EM kinetic anymore, I don't think. Yeah. I do think I'm going to switch my thermal, because it looks like the main ones do thermal heavier than explosive, so I might get the better thermal one. Or an active thermal, maybe. And let's reload. Two missiles isn't going to help all that much. We'll start looting. Is there any more loot? No. Okay. Yeah, that works. Let's web them. And there you have it. So it works. It's still not quite as easy or as brainless. Well, I don't say brainless, but the Drekavac is just safer. It is also a little more expensive for my good one, as always, but you can see that with the focusing on the drones, we're still doing a pretty good job taking all these out. If only the Serpentis was a drone-based like battleship, that'd be cool. Get the web bonus and... Oh well. I mean, can't have everything, right? Cap is stabilized at 29%, so we're good. Still just the no-seas, so we're safe. Okay. This is kind of just like low-sec style safety security things. Let's wrap this up quick as we can here with our missiles, since this is the final wave anyway. What's doing? And final one. Any more wrecks that we can salvage? Wow, this is a low salvaging one, but still doing all right. Another 5 million from surveys. And there we go. So that's our 2 sites. We're going to let everything recoup. So definitely would like to bring nanite repair paste next time. Totally spaced on it. Let's just pop over to this Ray Taruk because it's close. Repair off the tether while we look at things. Okay, so this Rattlesnake is definitely much better performing than the other one, I think. Let me know what you think down below, how well that went. Let's see what the timing is like. 10 minutes. 10 minutes and we fully looted, so that's actually quite nice. Quite nice. That's faster. Maybe we're onto something. Okay, well, so there's that. That's 10 minutes. For those, again, there's the fit. We'll just do this. I'll show you. Show. How do I do this again? If I save it, because I haven't done that yet. I know how to do what I'm trying to do. Wow, I don't know why that's so hard for me to remember. Brain just completely froze. Go to our Rattlesnake, Aristocrat, show fitting. There it is. So there you go, if you want to see the fit one last time. Tractor unit, just so we can actually loot things. 5 rapid heavy missile launcher 2s. Technically okay to drop that down if you're not going to use T2 ammo. But, I mean, they're not that much. They're actually cheaper than, they're usually cheaper than the Metaphor ones. So if you can fit them, fit them. 2 large field extender 2s. 2 Federation Navy webifiers, which even then isn't always enough for our drones to be hitting. Adaptive Invulnerability Field 2, just to sort of eat up a little bit of the EM kinetic hole that we have in our shields, just for those few ships that do that damage. Seems to help. Pitham C-type thermal and an A-type explosive, although, yeah, we may want to switch this to an A-type to get the extra 5%, or a Drekavac, I think. I think a Drekavac also does 55%, whereas the C-type's more for fitting. Drekavac is usually a lot cheaper as well. Oh, it's way less. Never mind. Actually, it probably goes with my skills. Never mind. So I'd like to maybe bring up the thermal a little higher, just because they do more thermal, but it's hard because we already have a base explosive. I'm rambling. So C-type, A-type, thermal kinetic. 3 times power relay 2s, shield power relay 2s in the lows, 3 times damage, drone damage amplifier 2s. If you wanted to spread the damage a little more between drones and missiles, you could use the X-Hevas if you have them available. That does bring up the cost of the fit, but it also gives a bonus to drones and missile damage. There's also one that gives a bonus to tracking, which might also be really good. What was it called? They're rare, so we probably don't want to do. Probably want to be a little careful. I forget what they're called. There's one that gives a bonus to tracking and stuff. 3 large core defense field purgers. We could up these to T2s for a little more cost, but then you'll have a lot more tank. It ups it by like 100 hit points per second on Pyfa, or more than that even. And then just Navy ammo, and then the various drones. I don't think we need the Berserker 2s. The Republic fleets have better tracking, and we're still having issues tracking the frigates. So probably okay getting away with Republic Fleet Berserkers and Ogre 2s. Ogre 2s to help take the Vedmech out quick. And recommend using boosters for your damage output. Now, none of these affect drone damage, I don't think, or did they? I didn't even look. I bet you they do. Turret and missile damage. Yeah, so there's no drone damage buff here, so you're only going to be buffing your missiles. But the tank one doesn't affect us at all because it only does boosting, and we're a passive fit. So the other thing to keep in mind is I'm doing this with no implants. If this is going to be your go-to ship, there are a bunch of implants you can do to increase your passive shield regen and your missile damage, drone damage, all of that. So there we go. So for the next video, I'm thinking I'd like to do a group event, take 2 or 3 friends, or take 2 friends with me, so there's 3 of us going in, and see if how fast we can do like 3 or 4 sites, because it should be a lot quicker, especially if we're in faster moving ships. But this is actually a very good fit, so I will share this in the link down below. I'm also going to save it to my corp fittings because I'd like to share it with my dudes. So if you're in Malro and you're looking for it, this is going to get saved into our corp fittings. I'll change the name and all of that. You'll find it under something with emerging conduits in the name, but a much better Rattlesnake than my previous, I think. So thank you guys all for your discussion and helping me get a much better fit. And I hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like to join Malro, as always, you can find a link to our Discord right here or in the comment section of this video. So come talk to a recruiter and chat with us there. Even if you don't join, it's a good place to just chat with people. Pretty active. If you want to talk to me directly, the best 2 places are either Twitter for short little like hey messages, and come to my private Discord, my PDK Discord, for a little more longer form discussion. I don't mind if you come there and DM me if you're uncomfortable talking in public. It's just easier to have full-on conversations that way. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. As always, take care, everybody, and I'm out of here.